taking a look today at something that I am very excited about. Now, this is a knife that has always eluded me. It's been out for a few years now, more than a few years, and it's a knife I've always been interested in, but it never just was quite the right time. I could just never make it happen, and it's a knife that I've been after for a while now, and I am very excited that I have finally gotten my hands on one. I mean, this almost feels like a grail level knife to me. Now, there are more expensive knives out there, but this is just something that is very special to me, and the stars have aligned, and I have finally been able to get my hands on one, and I can't wait to take a look and show you today as well. So, without further ado, we are looking at today the Spyderco Kapara. Now, the Spyderco Kapara. Quick fun fact about where the name Kapara came from. So the designer, Alistair Phillips, had a design called the Redback, which is named after an Australian spider, the redback, similar to kind of like the black widow we have in America. And another word or another name for that spider in Australia is the Kapara. It makes that little red accent backspacer make a little more sense. This is the S30V version with the carbon fiber scales. We've got a reversible deep carry wire pocket clip. And this is a compression lock similar to the PM2 pair 3s. We've got this nice red backspacer there as well, a nice little accent. And this has got a 3.5-inch blade of S30V steel. Look at that nice full flat ground blade. Really awesome blade shape, really nice handle shape there. Just one of the most interesting knife shapes that I have seen, like where it doesn't cross that line between interesting and not useful. This is an extremely useful looking knife. One that I don't really know how I've never necessarily been able to get my hands on one. I don't really, I generally go for knives on Knife Swap secondhand, or I try to get them in trades. But the stars have aligned that I was able to get my hands on one of these, and I'm really excited to take a look at it. So let's go ahead and take a look. So the carbon fiber, first impressions, pretty slick on that. Absolutely no texturing at all. Very smooth on that carbon fiber. It is contoured a little bit there. The edges are nice, and we got some light chamfering around the edges. Full skeletonized stainless steel liners. This doesn't, not too heavy. I think they come in at about 3.4 ounces. Really nice action on this thing out of the box. I mean, really excellent example of a Spyderco compression lock. Excellent detent for a thumb or spidey flick, and excellent shutting action as well. So S30V steel, I mean, it's nothing new. They've had some 20CV and S90Vs. Those got away from me. S30V is still a great steel. It's a great user steel. It's a great knife steel, especially when it's treated properly from Spyderco. I mean, it can outcompete some of the higher end steels from some other brands that probably don't treat their steels quite as well. So Spyderco S30V is still plenty fine for me, but don't get me wrong, I still like the fun stuff like 15V, Magna Cut, and all that fun stuff, but I won't shy away from some S30V. So let's take a look at this blade. So we've got a full flat ground, which is nice. We've got the good little bit of distal taper, not as aggressive of a distal taper as the PM2 here. We see the PM2 starts a bit thicker and does get a little bit, maybe a tad thinner before the very tip there. And we've got a nice forward finger choil here as well. The little thumb ramp here. Now I could probably use a little bit of jimping there. That could help because it is very slick right here. That is a very slick spot. I feel like I'd be a little more comfortable gripping up on that thing if I did have some jimping, but I'm not so sure if I'm missing it. This is a very nice, sleek, smooth knife. Like there's not a lot of sharp edges or hot spots when you're holding on to this thing. It's very nice. see the compression lock on our little ricasso area here. We don't have a nub, which is good because when the compression lock fully closes, that's usually where you'll find that nub. And with knives like the PM2, you can see the nub, and it's not so much in the way. Like, you can feel it knock your finger a little bit, but it's like it might give you a little bit of bounce back on close. It's manageable. It's not too bad with this one, but this one is with the little native 15Vs. There's such little clearance there that it straight up gets in the way. Like, if I just have my finger there with enough to engage it, like, that's where the nub is hitting me, and that's the close that you get. So really nice, just little detail there. For that no nub on that one. I do like that. Let's see, we are edge termination there at the plunge grind. Looks good. Looks very good for Spyderco. The grind looks nice and even. Nice and perfectly centered. Really nice Taiwan factory quality from this guy. I think it's a Alistar design. Known for his slim, sleek designs there. Really nice. The blade kind of goes below where the grip would be on this, which is great for really getting down into material. If you want to do some cuts on a flat surface, like you have some clearance for your fingers to be able to get in there as well. Really awesome ergos with that. Got a hole there for a lanyard. Now, I'm not a huge fan of wire pocket clips. You know, you've got this nice over 200, I think these retail around $270 now, and, you know, to get some nice carbon fiber scales, just a beautiful knife to throw a paper clip on it. And I am quoting Rochambeau EDC on that. He said that once, and it's stuck with me because I've just never been a huge fan of wire pocket clips. I mean, they're perfectly functional, great retention, they work great, don't get me wrong. For just pure utilitarian functionality, they're great. Deep carry, good retention, nice and smooth in and out of the pocket. It's not going to tear up my pockets. I mean, what's not to love about them? Well, it's just a paper clip on there. Anyway, let's look at the thickness behind the edge on this guy. Got a full flat grind, so it doesn't look like it's coming down too thin behind the edge. 18 thousandths, 17 and a half, respectable, not too bad at all. This should still be a very nice balanced knife. We're not going to have it so thin that we need to worry about our edge stability, but we've got it thin enough to where we can still have some excellent slicing action. So let's just look at our factory sharpness. So I love to sharpen knives. I'm not worried about factory sharpness at all. Hell, if it came dull out of the box, that might bother me less, because then I have more of an excuse to just get it on a sharpener and get the edge that I really want on it. So this one, I'll probably use it a little bit, wear down that factory edge some, and work on getting that factory edge off. Could be a little burnt as well. That's not entirely uncommon. And it's not, it's not a terrible thing. It's so common that I don't mind having to take a little bit of material off, get that burnt edge. 147, pretty good. I'm not going to do a bunch and take an average. I just kind of wanted to see where that fell from the factory. Let's do a little bit of comparisons here. So one of the other things that I really like about this knife is it's a really big knife in a smaller package. With the PM2, it's a big knife. It carries like a big knife. It feels like a big knife. It's got the ergos of a big knife, and that's fine. That's not always a bad thing. It's not always necessarily a good thing either. So let's kind of see how it compares to the Kapara. So one of the big differences we notice, of course, is that the blade height. The PM2 has a much taller blade at some point, but it is a little thinner at the end there. But really, we have the same amount of cutting edge on both of these. But if we line them up base to base, let's get those both in there, we see that the PM2, well, those are pretty close actually. Pretty close in overall. Pretty close in overall length there. Now, if we look at their opened profile comparison, see we've got a little more of choil in the blade on the PM2, but they're pretty... PM2 is just a little bit bigger around the handle. We've got more blade, so it just carries a little bit bigger. So the with a 3.5-inch blade on the Kapara, it's a little bit slimmer of a carry. Like it's going to take up less real estate in the pocket, and it's a little bit slimmer in the hand. Like if you like a slimmer ergoed carry, then the Kapara is going to be a more favored option for you. Now this really speaks to me. I mean, this could be my new #1 Spyderco. Just based on the ergos, the blade shape. I mean, the action is great. Of course, it's going to break in some. Maybe I'll polish the washers to get some really nice smooth drop shot action all the way down. I'll probably just let it break in naturally. But I mean, it is just... The only things I really had to say about it that I'm probably going to change out on this, the things that are keeping this from being my #1 right now, these carbon fiber scales are very nice. They're too smooth. They're too smooth for me. If I've even slightly dry hands, it's almost like I got some like powder between them or something like that. Like it feels like it's just about to slip out of my hand with that carbon fiber. Like it is just not grippy at all. It is slick. So I might get some RGT micarta on it. I saw that he has some Rips Garage Tech micarta, I think for around $60. Thinking about maybe I'll search for some micarta for these, and I'll probably throw maybe a Lynch Northwest. The RGT clips look really nice for these two, if you haven't seen those, but I don't know about getting a knife and then immediately dropping another $120 on a clip and scales for it. That might be a bit much. I think I can live with the clip more than I can live with the scales, because I don't want to drop this knife, and you know, that would really be more devastating than anything if I damage the blade or anything beyond the repair from a drop, something stupid, or if I drop and nick up a liner or the scales. Now I'll be able to live with it. At the end of the day, it's still a tool, and if it gets scratched up and stuff, well, then I really won't be afraid to use it. But was really excited to finally get my hands on one of these. Hope you found this review useful or interesting. I was really happy to take a look at this one and happy to show y'all. Thank you for watching.